news at 1. NLC and TUC suspend indefinite nationwide strike after emergency NEC meeting. President Tinubu arrives in Guinea-Bissau for the country's 50th independence celebration. And conditions of roads in focus as the world remember road crash victims. Hello and welcome to the news at 1 on Nta Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station. I am Mariam George Jitubo. The organized labor has suspended the indefinite strike, which suspended the indefinite strike, which commenced on the 14th November 2023. This is sequel to the emergency joint National Executive Council meeting, in which a thorough review of the offers presented by the federal government through the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, during its earlier meeting with the leadership of both centers. A joint statement signed by the General Secretary of NLC, Emmanuel Ubuaja, and that of TUC, Nuhu Toro, the organized labor says government has tendered an acceptable apology, promised to carry out investigations and prosecute those involved in the abduction and brutalization of the NLC President Joseph Ajaero. The labor bodies went to salute all their affiliates and state councils for their unwavering commitment and tenacity, which contributed to the success of the nationwide strike. President Bola Tinubu is now in Guinea-Bissau to attend the sister West African country's 50th Independence Day. The president, who departed Saudi Arabia at about 20 minutes past midnight local time after attending the Saudi Africa Summit, Saudi-Nigeria Business Roundtable, and performing the lesser pilgrimage in Mecca, arrived at the Osvaldo International Airport few minutes before 6 a.m. local time. The ECOWAS chairman is in Bissau to honor invitation of President Umaru Sissoco Embalo of Guinea-Bissau, whose country marked its 50th independence anniversary on September 24, 2023. The leadership of the Forum of Heads of Local Government Administrators in Nigeria says the autonomy of the third tier of government remains germane to the socio-economic emancipation and prosperity of the grassroots and community development. This viewpoint was given during the third annual conference of the forum in Abuja. Abdullah Ajia reports.
With pertinent concerns on local government administration in Nigeria, this convergence of heads of local government administration aims to build the capacity of members who also shared experience on best practices that will ensure prudence, productivity, and good leadership in the local council, which forms the thematic focus of the conference.
Empower local governments, make local government to be more vibrant, more proactive in their discharge of their basic responsibilities. By doing that, we will be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
All we believe is that someday, sometime, all the agitations that we have at the grassroots level, that we are going to surmount all those challenges and we'll have a better grassroots development and, of course, a better Nigeria.
We are all agitating that the third-tier government should always be on their own and be doing what they are supposed to be doing, functioning very effectively for the good of the citizenry, so that they can deliver dividends of democracy to them.
In his paper, Colonel Joseph Bamidele Ajanako, retired, dissects the issues of ethical leadership and emotional intelligence required for optimum results. This is in addition to building an enduring and visionary legacy. The forum, stakeholders say, has become a veritable tool of drawing attention of members and the larger society to the critical role of the local government in national development. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims is a high-profile global event to remember many who have been killed and seriously injured on the world's roads and to acknowledge the suffering of all affected victims, families, and communities. Asabe Williams reports on the essence of the day.
The World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims has become an important tool for governments and all those whose work involves road crash prevention or response to the aftermath of crashes, since it offers the opportunity to demonstrate the enormous scale and impact of road deaths and injuries. Call for an end to often trivial and inappropriate response to the road deaths and injury, and advocate for urgent concerted actions to stop the carnage.
We should behave like humans and then drive responsibly. For this life has no duplicate, it's just one. So we have to drive responsibly, we have to obey all traffic rules and regulation, and then we should know that if you are a commercial driver, the passenger you are carrying, they have a loved one. And those loved ones are waiting for them at home to welcome them. So don't be the reason why they should be in mortuary or in the hospitals. People should wear their seatbelt always, avoid use of phone while driving, they should avoid overloading, they should use good tires to ensure that the road traffic crash has been minimized to the bare minimum.
The day also pays tribute to the dedicated emergency crews, police, medical professionals who deal daily with the traumatic aftermath of road crashes.
The first time I had my accident while driving was when one of my ball joints got broken on speed. I couldn't control it. The next thing I discovered was I was inside a pit.
Life has no duplicate. You have to be very careful on whatever you are doing. And I want to use this opportunity to advise all the passengers that normally entry mode along the road. They should come to the park so that their information will be taken in case if there is any emergency, how to reach their people. And I advise everybody to use the garage.
Statistics show that more than half of all road traffic deaths are among vulnerable road users, pedestrians, cyclists, and motorcyclists, which is why the theme for this year's World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims is justice. Asabe Williams, Nta News.
Abuja is work in progress, and securing it remains a top priority for residents and the security apparatus. Districts like Kubwa are fast becoming notorious for criminal activities, as Asabe Williams again.
Findings show that there are several incidents of security breaches that residents of Kubwa